Hi everybody, time for another episode of Hope and Glory, our local to global on TEW2020. We're hosting this TV event at Victoria Road, Dagenham, and I've made a few signings. I'll go through them kind of as and when they pop up. Yes, we've got a yellow there, a slight booking warning because we still have some qualifiers for the Raw tournament to book. Let's just go ahead with this show. Start off with Sergeant Slaughter. He opens the show instead of our usual guys. Who is it? Ricky Knight and Jimmy Ocean. We've got Sergeant Slaughter. We couldn't go on with the poor scores really, so I thought start off with Sergeant Slaughter. You know, got a good 76 from him, so he opens the show. And then we've got one of our new signings, Doc Dean, and I realised he was in a tag team with Robbie Brookside called the Liverpool Lads, so he is making his debut here. It's a new tag team for us in a rating of 60. Doc Dean pins Gary Beware to give his team the victory with a Death Valley driver after a distraction from Ludwig Borger. Ludwig Borger still obviously in a storyline with Gary Beware, and that advances that story a little bit. We've got the gimmick change here for Doc, and it gets a rating of adequate. We've got the landlord interviewing Rocky Maivia, and then Pete Collins interrupts. And if you remember from last week when I forgot to turn Pete Collins, we had the landlord interviewing Pete Collins, and they had a bit of a scuffle, bit of an argument. And Pete Collins has come back out here now to kind of continue that sort of argument. I'm probably going to turn this into a storyline now. It would make sense to, but this is where we will now turn Pete Collins. Rocky Maivia is obviously really upset that Pete's just decided to interrupt his interview here, and they start a bit of a ruck, a bit of a brawl, but it does obviously give us the opportunity to turn Pete Collins babyface, a complete success. That's great. Rating of 59 for that segment. A taped segment here. It's a hype video for Johnny Smith. I just had a couple of minutes to spare, and Johnny Smith was the only sort of higher end of the card guy that I hadn't used, so it just made sense to give him a hype video. Rating of 63. Danny Boy Collins takes on Dave Finlay. This is a qualifier for the Raw tournament, and Dave Finlay gets the win. He will progress. In 8 minutes 32, he wins it by pinfall, but he had to use the ropes for leverage. Rating of 66. In a news segment, Jimmy Ocean intros promos from Acid Burn, Joshi Ben, Ian McGregor, and Drew McDonald. Nothing to say about this really. We just had our usual news segment. I didn't really have anything else for Joshi Ben or Acid Burn to do on this show. I could probably put Ian McGregor in that same category as well, really. Drew McDonald we're not using much of now at the moment anyway, but, well, yeah, just sort of stuck him on there. I don't think it's a bad thing putting people that we don't use very often on these segments because they're still involved in house shows. You know, that he's still going around the circuit, he's still involved, so, yeah, stick him on there. Rating of 55. And then in a 41 rated match, another debutant, we have got Jason Cross, and he was in a tag team with Mike Roberts, so I've just reformed that team. Cross and Roberts, they take on Lewis Blaine and Rory Campbell, and they get the win in 5 minutes 40 when Mike Roberts pinned Rory Campbell. Yeah, I wanted to give Mike the victory. I think I might as well start pushing him now. If we can get a bit of a tag team division going, you know, why not? He's established in our company for quite some time. Rating of 41, and we obviously have a gimmick change, and it's a rating of poor. That's a shame. Okay. Sergeant Slaughter then introduces Doug Williams, another new signing. He introduces Doug Williams to the Premier League Wrestling roster. Just saying, welcome to the company. I think you're a great talent. I think you've got, some ability and got a lot of potential. Go out there and get them. Another English guy. I don't like that photo, though. I'm going to have to change that. Another English guy, really, who, Doug Williams was never a worldwide star, but certainly in the UK, people know who he was. He did have a run in TNA, so some of you may well have heard of him. Yeah, I think he's pretty decent. I always use him in my British saves. So, yeah, bring him on board. Rating of 50. Chris Jericho takes on Dave Sullivan, and this is another qualifier for the Raw tournament, and Jericho gets the win in 8 minutes 36 by count-out. So, yeah, it's only a count-out victory, but he gets it, and he progresses into the quarterfinals of the Raw tournament, rating of 55. Another news segment, Jimmy Ocean introduces promos from Andre Baker, Bob Holly, Burgess, I forget his name, George Burgess, and Chick Cullen. Yeah, I didn't. Again, I didn't really use Andre Baker or Bob Holly, and I just thought I've got to get him on the show somehow. So yeah, put him in one of these segments. Rating of 55. Sergeant Slaughter then introduces someone else onto the Premier League wrestling roster. Roster's the wrong word because he's not going to wrestle, but it's Giant Haystacks. I think I spoke about him in the last episode when we were trying to sign him. Yeah, a legend of British wrestling, really. I don't really know what I'm going to do with him yet. He's going to be a backstage kind of hand, but he's not really an interviewer. I don't really see him as a news anchor either, but just someone who's around. Yeah, I don't know yet, but we'll figure something out. Yeah, rating of 76. Let's just have a quick look at his gimmick. Great, and it's a giant gimmick. Okay, I mean maybe he could just become some kind of like security or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Lord Regal takes on Norman Smiley. This is our main event, and it's a rating of 81, which is really good. Really, really happy with that one. So, yeah, Lord Regal gets the win in 11 minutes 37 by pinfall with a Regal Plex. Johnny Angel did interfere. He attacked Norman Smiley, and it's Lord Regal's defence number 6 of the British Heavyweight title. Yeah, 81. Very pleased with that. We need to turn Johnny Angel pretty soon. I've got him in this storyline, and I don't want this to drag for Johnny Angel, otherwise his turn will not be a success because they can linger too much. So we'll kind of do that. We've got to sort of finish that storyline between the two, and then obviously we'll go ahead and do that. 81 though is our main event. It could be a half decent score. Let's have a look. Oh, at least one of the workers. No, I don't want to turn him, do I? So 71 overall. Yeah, that's one of our best shows, I think. Increased our popularity in 17 regions. That's not too shabby. First things first, as normal, we'll have a look at our emails. FWA have made a contract offer to Scott Ryder. I'm not going to go too much into that. Oh, by the way, we also did re-sign Steve Linsky. He is now a referee for us. Steve Casey offer. Steve Casey. That name's ringing a bell to me for some reason. Why? I don't know why. Nothing over special about him. I'm not worried about signing him. Lewis Blaine offer. They can have him if they want. I imagine it's only a handshake deal, so he'll work for both companies. Kid McCoy. It's not ringing a bell, so I want to have a look. I was going to say very young. He looks very young. He's 29. He's not bad. Probably the only reason I've not signed him yet is because he's a lightweight. I'm kind of breaking my rule on that a little bit. He doesn't want to increase size. I'm breaking my rule a little bit on that. I might sign him. He's good. I mean, he doesn't have like the entertainment skills or anything, but in ring, he's decent. He's a high flyer. I'll hold off. No, I'll tell you what. Let's get him on a handshake deal. Oh, well, yeah, of course, he's probably related to Ben McCoy, isn't he? So let's get him. I've got a template here for jobbers, but we won't put him down as a jobber. Jobbers just gives me 3 months and a monthly, per show payment. But yeah, let's stick him on for let's stick him on for a year. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's not half bad, is he? Popularity wise, he'd accept these terms. He's had a better offer. Well, it's a handshake deal, so hopefully he'll probably sign for both companies. There's a financial warning for IWAMS. Let's have a look. IWAMS. Mid-South. There we are. Mid-South. So, will they benefit us? No. Right. Andre Baker. Chris Jericho is money. Strap a rocket to the kid. We intend to. Lord Regal. Lewis Blaine isn't charismatic. Well, he's only a jobber. Get back in your box, Regal. Okay, we've also got a decision here. This was the last one I was waiting on. Yes, Grasshopper. Now, he's... I wanted to look at his profile. He is, when my system decides to catch up, 40 years old. Yeah, he's going to put people over. He's going to put people over. I mean, I know he's not really popular, but he can get a couple of odd jobbers over, maybe. So, yeah, let's do that. I think, backbone of the roster, so he will be a bit of a jobber. Complete that signing. Oh, there is one more. Oh, of course, there's one more. One I've just offered to. Do you know what? I'm going a bit mad. Right, okay, I want to see how our tournament is shaping up. 4 more qualifiers to go. We have had 4 so far. 2 more next week, 2 more on week 4, and then that will be the quarterfinals sorted. So does it tell me so far? Yes. Okay, right. So Ian McGregor will take on Chris Jericho. That we know. Scrubber Daly is also in there, and Dave Finlay is also in there. Okay, so yeah, next week we'll have 2 more qualifiers. Looking forward to that as a pay-per-view. Or it's not pay-per-view, but it's a big event. Not much else I want to go through now. We'll just have a look at our usual roster just to see if there's anything, any sort of changes anywhere. I just want in-ring role though. Still only the 2 major stars. Got a few more stars now though, I think. Or have we? No, maybe not. Oh, well, Doc Dean's there. Yeah, Doc Dean's there. Chris Jericho, Chris Canyon, well known. We'll get them there. We'll get them there. I want to know what's happening at the top, though. I think we need to start giving Bob Holly and Andre Baker a few more bigger wins. Maybe put them in some better matches. I mean, I loathe to have them beat Joshi Ben because, yes, fine, it'll give them a lot of pop, but it'll take some away from Joshi Ben, and it'll just kind of be swapping a star for a major star. I don't really want to do that at this stage. So I think we're just going to have to keep doing what we're doing and see where we go from there. Right, I'm going to call that a day. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give a like and subscribe if you have. Please drop any comments below if there's anything that you think I should be doing. Anyone you think I should be signing. There's still a lot of people out there that I could sign. I think still people like Kurt Angle, Triple H. You know, I don't want this to become WWE's roster, but maybe we just should. Maybe we should just bite the bullet. Let me know. And take care of yourselves. See you again soon. Goodbye.